Hi, I'm Diane Lucas, and welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He is a best selling author, level 2 QHAC practitioner, certified mental game coach, no other than Mr. Jason Medlock.
Great to be here. Thanks, Daniel.
Welcome to Book 101, Mr. Jason, and can you please introduce more about yourself?
Well, again, you said it. Best-selling author of Empowered by Consciousness, a book I wrote that helps you connect with your inner power and create the fulfilled life that you're looking for. I'm also a level 2 quantum healing hypnosis technique practitioner, and that is the deepest form of hypnosis that you can actually work in. Typical hypnotherapists work in the theta brainwave state, but we move more deeper into the somnambulistic state, which is a deep state of theta. And I'm also a mental performance coach where I teach cognitive reframing tools. Um, I've developed a framework to support these cognitive reframing tools called the RPM experience, which means react, pace, and motivate. I have several different modalities that I'm certified in. I'm a certified scientific remote viewer. I'm a certified um, um, hypnotherapist. I'm also a meditation coach. I'm also certified in a number of other different modalities, galactic energy healing. So the list goes on. I started all of these different modalities and start to understand how to change my life and how to affect my consciousness and the way I've looked at the world and how I looked at improving myself. So it's been a journey, and I'm just glad to be here with you and your audience.
Mr. Jason, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge to the world. And of course, your wisdom too. So let's talk about empowered by consciousness. What personal experiences or revelations inspired you to write this book?
Well, COVID-19, we all had a moment of pause. We all wanted to start to explore because we were shut in. And this caused me to really reflect internally. I had always, as a boy, since I was 9 years old, wondered about the stars and the moon and all the things that were in our galaxy. So that level of curiosity was already there. And so I started to ask this universal question, the purpose and the direction that I was moving in. And I started to meditate, and I started to read books and try to understand, how do I improve? We're shut in, we can't go anywhere. Everybody has COVID, and it made me reflect on the self, and it made me reflect on what was the breath and how could I use the breath to improve my life. So I started researching. I started researching astral projection. I started researching remote viewing. I started researching transcendental meditation. I started to do a lot of different things that were burning questions inside of me. And from all of that, I developed a concept of empowering myself, empowering my consciousness. And that's what made me just go ahead and write the book. I do a lot of research on psychedelics. I go in and talk about breathwork techniques. And all of these things that I talk about, Daniel, I experienced each one of them myself. And I've gotten my personal experiences intertwined with research in the book. So it's just a wonderful inspiration for me. That's why I wrote Empowered by Consciousness.
Very well said, Mr. Jason. Beautifully articulated. How do you define consciousness in the context of empowering individuals?
Well, I define consciousness as awareness. as different states of awareness. You start to be aware that, oh, I can read fast. You start to be aware that, maybe I'm a jerk. You start to be aware that, people love me, people like me, people listen to me. And those are just small steps to awareness. And you're conscious of those things. But then you move further. You start to be aware that you can move your consciousness to different places and to observe things using remote viewing. You start to understand that you can use your energy body to have an out of body experiences, another awareness level of consciousness. You start to be aware of the human ego. When you start to explore psychedelics, and I write about this in my book, you start to explore psychedelics and DMT and all these different things that alter your consciousness and allows you to self-reflect and explore yourself. So when I think about the the understanding of consciousness and all the things that come with it, it's just such a plethora of topics and directions we can move in. But that's how I actually define it. Different levels of awareness that you experience that we take for granted, Daniel, as regular people.
Indeed, as a regular people. Mr. Jason, what do you see as the most common barrier preventing people from accessing their inner power?
The outer world, the matrix that we live in, the hustle and bustle of the job, preparing this podcast and having to get off and having to maybe cook dinner for the family or maybe go to another job. Just the all of the things that take place in this third dimensional construct that we live in, it dulls your awareness. It doesn't help you connect to source, to God, to Buddha, to Jah, whatever this higher person that you worship, and it dulls that connection because you're not aware, you're not practicing uh, being able to connect within. So this is the number one thing on how people are, they are not aware. Their clairvoyancy is not as strong. Their perception is not as strong. But when you begin to analyze the 4-7-8 technique, the box breathing technique, when you start to spend time with yourself and meditate, you become more aware, you gain more clarity, and you also reduce stress at the same time. But then you gaining this awareness by slowing everything down and by understanding yourself first. And when you calm yourself down and you slow down all the chatter in the outside world, then you're able to hear. Then your clairvoyancy starts to pick up. Then you become more clairaudient and you can start to hear the messages from the higher source that whomever you are, whoever you worship, you start to hear the messages. Don't move this way. Take this job. It's that voice inside of you that always comes after the conscious mind speaks. And the conscious mind is us. It's you in the present day. It's you that made the decision to get in the car and go to the store. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy some ice cream. Then there was another voice that said, "Well, I don't need it." And that's the subconscious mind. That's the higher self. And some people don't hear that voice because of all the noise around them. So I propose to you that when we slow things down, when we really, really begin to be in tune with each other, with yourself, then you're able to hear, you're able to advance your consciousness, you're able to do a number of things that you want to do in life.
Very well said, Mr. Jason. Very well said indeed. How does your definition of abundance differ from traditional views focused on material wealth?
Okay, say it one more time for me.
How does your definition of abundance differ from traditional views focused on material wealth?
Well, listen, abundance is wealth. But how do you define wealth? My definition of abundance is plentiful of everything that you want in your life. Daniel, I never manifest money. I manifest abundance. I manifest the things that I love to do. I don't take jobs, Daniel. I pursue careers. And that's the difference. When we think about abundance, we think about things that are associated with what we love, what we work towards and strive to be. And when you create abundance around things that you love, wealth comes behind that. Because when you're doing what you like to do, abundance follows. So when I'm doing my 555 technique, and that's a manifestation technique, I never manifest money. I manifest my goals. I manifest things that I want to change in my life. I manifest wisdom, knowledge. I manifest success in my business. And I manifest as a whole abundance around all these things, which in turn brings me wealth. So the frequency of money has to be reached. And the only way you can reach the frequency of money is to continue to understand who you are, to grow with meditation, and whether it's yoga, whether it's prayer, whatever it is that calms you down, that helps you be more mindful, it helps you understand the breathing and the breath to calm the mind. Vibration raises, and you're able to reach the vibration of money, the vibration of success, vibration of love, and all these things are growing to abundance. So when I think about financial success or trying to be the best out there, I don't ask the higher self or my spirit guide or my God. I don't ask him for material things that we say on earth. I always use abundance as the vehicle for my goal, for my vision, for my dream. And wrapped in my vision, wrapped in my goal, or wrapped in the dreams that I have, or the things that I want to do. If it's a new house, a new car, and abundance happens, and wealth comes with that.
Definitely, totally agree with you, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Jason. Totally agree, 100%. Why is purpose foundational to fulfillment? And how can someone align with theirs authentically?
Well, again, you can align with your true fulfillment by just taking time to relax your mind. Use self hypnosis, meditate, start to set your intentions on things that you want to do. Start to be intentional about using manifestation techniques. Write it down 5 times. I would like a new job that pays more than $200,000 a year. I want to be a better husband. I want my kids to go to college. And you write down 5 things. You say them 5 times each, 5 times a day, five for 5 weeks in a row. 5 5 5 technique. So repetition and continually talking to yourself, your higher self, and your subconscious mind hears you. And once it starts to understand that, oh, Daniel wants to get a new 5 bedroom home, we will now move Daniel to the frequency of this manifestation, of this level of abundance. Now, you still have to work towards your goal, but people who are trying to move themselves up in the world, people who are trying to grow and cultivate themselves to be better people, they must spend time with themselves. They must become more self-aware. And the more you infuse the frequency of love, the frequency of love, the more you attract, just like in the law of attraction, you will attract like frequencies. And if your frequency is all about positivity, if your frequency is all about meeting the right person to help me grow my podcast, if your frequency is about meeting the right guy that can give me the sponsorship, That's the frequency and that's the thought. Because our thoughts are beamed into Christ consciousness just like that. And our conscience is not local, it's beamed in from a higher place. So all we have to do is think it over and over and over and act in it, Daniel. Visualization techniques. Visualize the success over and over again. I teach my clients this. And that's how you can begin to cultivate your success.
Yes, indeed. I love that frequency. Giving something to my podcast. Advertisement. So, could you share a pivotal moment in your life where conscious awareness transformed a challenge?
Yes. I being consciously aware has helped me many times in my life, and particularly I was I had just been certified as a mental performance coach, and I didn't really know how I was going to use this new skill along with all the other modalities. But my higher self was telling me, this is what you should be doing. This is the next step in elevating your consciousness. So I was spending a lot of time in meditation, and then it came to me, use these tools to help individuals cognitively refrain from um, anger, from anxiety, from PTSD. Help them refrain from this behavior and give them a system on how they can improve themselves. So I was steadily expanding my reading. I was expanding my meditation. I was constantly working on creating new ways to help people self-develop. Okay, helping people understand how to cultivate stillness. And being still, Daniel, is not a good thing. And a lot of people out here in the world, they're still. They think they're moving, but they're not. How to help people understand themselves, laying the groundwork for a deeper self awareness so they can have this intentional action towards their life. So I was getting all this information because I was doing breathwork techniques. I was using all types of meditation to continue to slow things down so I could hear the clairaudient message from my higher self, from my subconscious mind, which are the same thing, and elevating my consciousness, continuing to expand and continuing to grow, allowed me to develop a entire system again on how to help people cognitive refrain from negative thoughts and introduce a positive thought, which helped them move out of being incarcerated over and over and over, help them move out of anxiety over and over and over, just being anxiety intense and in all types of situations where your post-traumatic stress disorder is stressing you out. So I was helping people grow from the negative things that were happening with them, all because I started to elevate my consciousness. And that was a wonderful thing.
Mr. Jason, as a best-selling author, level 2 QHHT practitioner and certified mental game coach, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Well, my short term goal is to continue to strengthen my ability to proceed, my ability to download and continue to have the wisdom I need to help others. Everything that I do is for the greater good of all. Writing books, sharing these types of informational pieces on different podcasts. And my goal is to really, really just get myself in a place to where I'm able to, at the drop of a dime, give someone some valuable advice that can help them change their lives. And long term, to share this message in person, broader audiences, to expose people to expanding their consciousness and how to do it. to teach people different techniques and rituals, how to use the water alchemy technique, using guided visualization, giving people step by step instructions on how to manifest, and help people be impact readers. You know, stop wishing, stop hoping, but move from that passive approach to commanding. And those are my goals, to share this information to help people grow, successful, anything that they want to be.
Well, good luck to your goals, Mr. Jason. Hoping for more and more success. And what will be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to write their own book?
I say go for it. I say my advice will be slow down and let those thoughts come to you. And don't look at anybody else's work. Write your own book. Have your own thoughts, and just let it flow in. Because when you let go of the outside world, let go of all the hustle and bustle, and then you start to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and write my book. And just start off with why you're doing it. And then once you start off with why you're doing it, and then just break it into chapters. And then you write everything that you want to talk about. And then each day, or every 3 days, you write 3, 4, 5 pages of what it is you want to talk about. And do your research. Be well read. But my advice is to go for it and move yourself in a state of bliss, a state of love. And when you have the love frequency, Daniel, and when I say love frequency, I mean that the heart is full of it. Imagine your body on the inside is pure white light energy. And this energy permeates inside of your body. And then it's outside of the body. And then it fills the room to this white room. Then it fills the entire neighborhood. So when you start to raise your level of consciousness and your frequency that high, the information flows into you, and you start writing your book with just such ease. And it's called subconscious writing. I mean, you may have heard of that before. You're just writing because the information is just flowing through your head. You're just writing. My advice is just that: relax, trust, and discover everything it is that God has for you, that's waiting for you.
Yes, indeed. God is good. What you want in life is better what God wants you to be. And thank you for your advice, Mr. Jason. What message would you offer skeptics who view consciousness as abstract or impractical?
I think that when we view consciousness, we want to start with what awareness really means. It's not simply just an abstract of understanding. Our consciousness is everything that we perceive and things that we're aware of. And you want to be able to view it in a way that's so broad and so wide that it opens you up to not one ideology, not two, but everyone's ideology. And you observe it. There's no judgment on if you are a Muslim, or you're in Buddhism, or you're Christianity. Observe, expand yourself. Doesn't mean that you necessarily buy into whatever religion it is. But you're aware. And the more you can open yourself and open your awareness, the more you can expand your consciousness. And the more you are able to download and to have access to information that you need to change your life for the better.
Indeed. Before we wrap up our discussion today, Mr. Jason, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, my other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in 5th season, abstract poetry in 2nd season, and of course my book 101 review in its 5th season too, comedy 101 in 2nd season, and food 101 in its 5th season as well. Geography 101 in its 4th season, Love Letters in 3rd season, and my baby podcast, Mental Health 101, Movie 101 review in its fourth season, and Music 101 in third season, Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please do listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. Mr. Jason, what future projects or resources do you envision to support readers beyond this book?
Well, I mean, I have projects that have been derived from Empowered by Consciousness. I've created the mental game plan, and the mental game plan helps people, professionals, athletes, high achievers, take themselves to the next level to develop an elite mindset. And I use hypnosis, I use meditation, and I use visualization techniques. I've developed an app called the RPM Experience, and it's a mental performance app that sharpens the tools in your box. And people need to understand hypnosis is just not used for people who are in trouble or they're sick or I'm depressed. No, my clients come to me for hypnosis to sharpen their game, to learn new languages, to pass difficult exams, and to continue to develop a mindset. So from all the things that I did in Empowered by Consciousness, the mental game plan has allowed me to help individuals that are trying to be the best they can be as a professional athlete, and how they can take their mental game to the next level using all types of cognitive reframing tools. So this is an evolution. After you've gone through this empowering yourself and empowering your consciousness, there are so many more tools I've developed that help you change your life.
Mr. Jason Medlock, best-selling author, Level 2 QHAT practitioner and certified mental game coach. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So can you please invite our listeners to support your book as well as your advocacy as well as your business itself?
All right. Thank you. Relax, trust, and discover. Thank you.
Relax for sure. So where do people buy your book, Mr. Jason?
Amazon. You can go to Amazon.com, and you can also go to JasonMedlock.com, and you can purchase it from the website as well.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Jason Medlock, because if you support him, more and more and more empowering books to come, more and more and more empowering business to come. Mr. Jason, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it.
More to come, people. See you soon.